It's true. Explorer 9 is much, much better than Explorer 8. Explorer 8 was better than 7. Explorer 7 was better than 6. Yeah, Explorer 9 is not bad. One of the things that they've talked about a lot is hardware acceleration. They use hardware acceleration. Now they're as fast as Opera. We don't use hardware acceleration yet. We've built the technology to make sure we can implement it, and we will put hardware acceleration into Opera. That's going to make it a whole lot faster again. We're already, one of the fastest browsers and pushing the speed limit before we start hardware acceleration. So we work on a lot of things to make the browser more efficient. It's not just a question of processing speed and processing efficiency. That's obviously very important to us. But the real test is how efficient is the user? How much does the browser help the user do what they want to do? So forever we have had a philosophy of make sure the browser can be adapted to what specific users want. Individuals can customize it, make it work for them. Make it work better by default. When you install it, it should be as easy to use and as comfortable as possible, because that's efficient already. And we keep on working things like tabs, grouping tabs, using tab interfaces, tools that we add to the browser, that other browsers, speed dial, the sort of favorites thing. We bring in a lot of these efficiency improvements. 2 years later or 5 years later, everyone has copied them. So our response is that's what we're going to keep doing. Working hard, making the browser better, watching people do the same thing, and on we go.
And I think that the IE community users are really disappointed that the new IE still doesn't work with Windows XP, which is still, has a lot of users.
Yeah.
So this is really strange.
So yeah, this is a problem for IE. It's fine for Opera because we do work with XP. So what makes Opera different? Because every browser is working on speed. 5 years ago, Opera was much faster than any other browser, and nobody was working on speed. And browsers have got very much faster since then. There's been a lot of improvement. Everybody is working on standard support. Opera has had good SVG support for a lot of time. Now other browsers are getting close. HTML5. HTML5 is a big collection of ideas and things, and some pieces are stable, some pieces are experimental. Opera proposed a lot of those things: forms, video, post message. A lot of this stuff first came out in Opera. We implemented it, we delivered it as an experimental version or as an experimental feature. People test it, they play with it, we get experience, we make the specification better, it goes into the standard, everybody implements it. So at Opera you get a lot of things first, not everything. Other browsers innovate as well. But also Opera has a whole lot of features to make you more efficient, to help you do things. It depends who you are, what are the important features. Mouse gestures, being able to use the mouse to control the browser without clicking, just a wave of the mouse and another wave of the mouse to go forward or back or open a new page. That was a feature we introduced in Opera, I forget how long ago, a very long time ago. We're going to update that. We're going to make a new, nicer version of that. Things like Opera Unite, things like Opera widgets, allowing you to have applications, allowing you to do tasks like sharing your content. If you have some photos, instead of giving them to some other website, which is work, and then saying to that website, now please let me share these with my family, you share your own photos directly. If you want to connect to your documents and your files, you don't have to give them to someone else and ask them to let you connect directly. So there's a number of features like this. Having a built-in email client, so you can actually use your email in the same. A lot of people use email a lot of the time, and they use the web a lot of the time. And you open web links from email, and you go to the web, and you click on a link and use the email. Having all of that integrated, I find that extremely useful. That's actually one of the big reasons that made me use Opera. But there are a number of these features, and almost nobody uses every feature. A lot of people use some. Opera is very, very customizable as well. So you can make it work the way you want it to work. And that's another differentiating factor. So we didn't particularly cooperate with Microsoft. You don't have to. So long as the operating system is open, and Windows has always been open, anyone can build on it, then we just get our engineers to work hard. The documentation is there, the systems are there, and it's just doing work. There are times when operating systems have something secret, and we know that with Mac OS, probably with Windows, from time to time, Apple or Microsoft can use something that they know is there, but it isn't documented. And so you see sometimes there are little tricks that make them look better because they don't tell anyone else. But the overall impact of that is still not very big. In general, if you have an open platform, you don't need any more cooperation. That's the point of the open platform. Microsoft doesn't have to talk to every single application developer, and that's the point of the web. A web developer doesn't have to talk to every browser manufacturer before they make their application. They use the standards, they build their application, it works, they run their business.